I'm going to try to explain YAML anchors, aliases, and overrides as simply as possible. So YAML is a config file format, just like .ini files, just like XML maybe, all face the same puzzles. And one of them is, okay, so you define this big honking configuration system, and then somewhere else in your system, you want to say, hey, I want to use the exact same thing. Do you have to rewrite it all? That sucks. Or is there a way to say, hey, go over to that part of this file and essentially pretend that I copied and pasted all that stuff here? I made a file costumes1.yaml, and it describes the uniforms that I wear, that Oswald wears, and that Rudy wears. And I wear a bunch of red stuff. Oswald says, just whatever Matt wears is what I'll wear. And Rudy says, yeah, that's true for me, except I want to wear a white belt. Imagine a scenario where I say, hey, new uniform is we all wear blue shoes. Well, now we have to change this file in 3 places. That's error prone. YAML has this built-in stuff where you can say ampersand some label and then later say, hey, that's an anchor, and I just want you to pretend like I copied and pasted all that stuff right here. For Oswald, all we got to do is say star Matt costume, and since I defined that anchor up top, ampersand Matt costume, it says go get that thing and blop it here. Now let's take a look at Rudy. Instead, we use this like less than colon, and it has to be on the line below. So that's how you get Rudy's uniform to be Matt's uniform, except with a white belt. One little bit of trivia, the ampersand and the star is a lot like how in C programming you get pointer addresses. My dog is eating snow. Okay, so here's what I'll say about pit bulls. They were clearly not bred for intelligence. In real life, I'm using a YAML file to configure my logging system in Python. I have debug level logging on my application, but then in the underlying framework that it uses, I have that set to only logging info and above. They both send their logs to like the same kind of like log collecting apparatus that we've got set up. For my framework level logs, I say, I use that less than colon thing to be like, all right, pretend we copied and pasted all of the app level logs here, but then I'm going to override just a few settings on this.